Let's see.
So you're in the Visage house.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Uh,
Visage people are all about balance and um, being able to live a good life while also doing good work. And they prosper that way through a work-life balance.
it's
Which actually, I think it fits you, your
it's
personality.
it's kind of funny that I am in the House of Visage, yeah, because it's like very much what I try to accomplish in my life is finding the balance
Uh-huh.
between my work and my passions in life and
Yeah.
living a good life. And like I noticed though, like when I joined this house, there are a lot of people in my house that just loves to procrastinate and just be lazy. I was like, what? No, we're supposed to live a well balanced life, not be lazy. What is this?
Yeah, actually. When I was writing the virtues for the houses, so you have these virtues of loyalty, pride, and honor, but also I had to highlight what if those virtues got distorted, and that shows you the polarity of how you may have these certain virtues, but if you're not careful, you could also end up in the other extreme.
I,
So it's
I
all about finding that balance and getting that virtue. You know.
I like that. I like that. It makes it even more like it makes it more multidimensional, and it's not always
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like, oh, this house everyone is like this. It makes it more
yeah.
human, and you can see the different aspects of like different people and personalities even more that
Exactly,
way.
exactly.
Yeah, I
You
like
know,
that.
like I mean, for example, Visage House, they say that it's all about work-life balance, but at the same time, there are people who say, "Oh, I'm doing work-life balance, I'm pursuing my passions," but professionally in their jobs, they're not doing so well either. So it's not like you have balance in that way. Actually, that's an imbalance. So I just wanted to highlight it.
Yeah.
Once you go outside of your house, there are people who bring up those issues. But when you're inside the house in the game, everything seems perfect, and it just shows the polarity in that way of
So
philosophical difference.
let's start off by just taking a little bit of a tour in your game. So this is the game that you, my friend Jin, you made this
Yes.
all by yourself, pretty much. Did you make everything in the game? I mean, there are like a lot of package textures and stuff
Huh.
that you didn't write like
Mhm,
draw.
mhm.
Of course, you didn't make all the what do you say content, all the sprites, all
Yeah,
the
sprites and the tile sets. So what you're seeing now, it's the building, and you see the walls, the flags, the trees. These are what you call tile sets. These are pictures, pixel art, which comes in a package, and I sort of arranged them. So the tiles itself, for example, those flags itself, the door, I didn't make those, but I paid the license to use it.
all right,
What I did though was to arrange it in such a way to make it look like a building or a garden.
right.
So that's the, to some extent that's how I made it.
You're a landscape
But
designer.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah, exactly. In a way, I did the landscape. As for the characters, these are placeholders. They are stock images, stock graphics of RPG Maker. But
Yeah.
as you can see in the bottom right, my avatar, that one, that's what I made. I made that one, and that's what I plan to replace these characters with, a kind of pixel art style.
Yeah, that's so cool that you can make your own kind of characters and place them in the game yourself. So, what about the
Yeah, I had to learn it.
animations? You make the
Okay.
animations for the characters as well?
Yeah, the animations I made it as well. The good thing about RPG Maker, it's the engine that I'm using, RPG Maker. They're good for beginners because the
Mm.
animations for the characters are only 3 frames. So you only have to
Mm.
make 3 images. Unlike in some other, like if you want to be super smooth, people can make 10 frames or 12 frames in fighting
Wow.
games. It would take a lot of work. But here, if you're just walking, it's just 3 frames. But it doesn't
Huh.
look like 3 frames
No.
because it's made in such a way that I know it's so well made that it doesn't feel like it's 3 frames, and so it doesn't take too much work to do it.
So, let's take a little bit of a tour in the game, and
Okay,
we where you can kind of like introduce us to the place where we are, I guess. Like, so what is this place? Where
okay.
am I?
So you are in Lawmage Academy, and you are in the main building entrance. So this entrance is where you want to go. If you want to go out of the academy and go on adventures, you go talk to the gatekeeper at the bottom. And that door over here is the main door. And when you go inside, that's where you can find the classrooms, where you can find the hallways, going to the library and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you can also meet people here who can give you quests. Like this guy in the bottom, he's standing there with a hood. He actually has a quest for you. Another guy is walking around, he has a quest for you. So every now and then these people would pop up and you'll have things to do in the game.
So I try to go inside the main building, but it says I have to find Alyssa and talk to her first.
Okay, right.
Oh,
So you're
and
probably in that quest where you have to
yeah,
make friends with
right.
Alyssa and
Oh,
talk to her.
I talked to the wrong person, I think. But so we
Yeah,
can
you're
try to
talking to him.
find. Maybe we can go and try to find Alyssa together, and
Perfect.
then we can kind of like discover just this part of the game together.
Sure. Anyway,
I'm gonna.
Alyssa is in the Drakewood Garden, so on the way I can show you around, tour you around the school, and tell you something about the environment. So right now what's going on is you're talking to this person called Trader, and he's selling you books, so
Yeah.
you can learn more spells.
Okay. I'm buying more
I
spells now, I guess. Oh.
Okay, you
Oh,
want to buy
right.
more spells.
I can buy the healing or the Britlin. I don't remember what the Britlin spell does, but I know
All right,
heal is
Britlin.
heal.
Yeah, Britlin deals a little bit of damage and lowers the defense of the enemies, so it can help you deal more damage by
Oh,
debuffing them.
right. Okay,
It
so
depends on your strategy. How you want to build your character. Are you want to be the healer type? You want to be a support type, or do you want to be someone who just keeps doing physical attacks? It can also work. You
yeah,
can totally customize your character here.
I like to have a healing spell under my belt, so
Okay, sure.
I'll take that one for now. Cool. And then I have to go and read it.
Yes, you have to read it in your room.
Yeah, go study.
One unique thing that I've designed in this game is, you know how in some games you learn skills as you level up, right? Like you reach level 10, you learn a certain skill.
Right.
Here in Lawmage Academy, since we're in a school, you learn skills by studying and going to class.
Yeah.
And you learn spells by reading books. I think it just makes more sense that way.
So can you read it in one day and then you learned it, or do you have to read it for more days?
Yeah, you have to read it in multiple days, multiple sittings, because in life we don't really normally learn something
That's
in
so
one
nice.
sitting.
Because usually you just use one item and then you unlock a spell or something. This is like more like life like. So that's really cool.
And there's the day and night mechanic, so you have to choose wisely how to spend your days, knowing that you can't learn a spell in one sitting and that you have to spread it out across several days. How do you fit that into your schedule?
Oh, so now I spent a day studying and then okay. Interesting.
Spend a day studying. So you might, and in the Lawmage Academy, you're not just studying spells and going to class. A lot of things are happening as well, not just schoolwork. So
right.
You have to really think about how you want to spend your day.
Right.
So right now it's nighttime.
Yeah.
You can choose to study, or you can choose to sleep early, or you can choose to take a job and make some money. So it's up to you.
Oh,
how you want to do it.
Right. So this is my house. This is a Visage house, and I can go to the counter and talk to this person over here, and this is where I get the jobs. And save.
Yeah, you can take a job.
Which I didn't know how to do. I didn't know. I was asking you. I was sending you a private message on Twitter, like, how do I save the game? I also asked Basilisk, and she helped me out as well. So that was really nice. But yeah, this is where you save, guys. Okay, now everyone knows. I don't think I can get a job. Well, how about I let you do a bit of housekeeping? I could use some. Okay, I just start at the bottom, working my way up.
Yes.
All right.
That is correct.
Oh, I'm gonna wipe the study desks clean. All right, okay. I mean, you got to start somewhere. I'm gonna be Gandalf by the end of this, hopefully. Or, even Gandalf, right? I earned 60 gold. Wow, I'm rich.
There you go. Well done.
Okay.
However,
yeah.
you will feel sleepy in the morning.
Oof. Oh no, I got a punishment. Oh
So
no. How does
uh,
it affect
that's
me?
another thing that I want to show in the game, how when you do nightly activities, whether it's studying or doing a job, you're going to be sleepy when you wake up, and that's going to affect your battle performance a little bit.
Oh.
And if you work too much at night, you're going to be sick, and that will
Oh.
affect you even worse.
Wow, it's like a
In
life lesson, like about that's so cool.
exactly. So I
That's
try to incorporate these. I mean, we were talking about work-life balance, and this is it exactly as a metaphor in the game. Work-life balance. You study too much, you do too much, you try to be productive so much, you end up getting burnt out, getting sick, and it's actually unproductive. So you have to pace yourself properly as well.
wow, because that's like such a cool lesson to learn. Like someone who maybe doesn't really understand the full the consequences of like staying up and working, and maybe they think in the game they're
Yeah,
just being,
yeah,
maximizing the time. Like I'm gonna do everything every night, and then
yeah,
and then
exactly.
they end up like getting a
They end up being sick.
severe punishment and getting sick and like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. It's really cool
People
thing.
people like being super efficient when playing games,
Yeah.
and this is a way of telling them that in life you're not always 100% every day. Sometimes you're at 50%, sometimes you're at 20%, sometimes you're sick and you have to be in the hospital and you're at 0%. And I want people to know that's okay. It's okay to rest. It's okay to not be productive. That's part of life, and there's no shame in that. You know.
That's really great. I love that you thought about that, and it's really cool that it can be turned into it. Was it difficult to implement that mechanic in the game?
Not really. Not really difficult. It's
No.
just that whenever you do something at night, I just turn up the counter. There's a certain counter called night activities. I just do +1, and the game just counts how many +1 you have. And if it's above 3 or something, you're sick. But
Right,
if you
right.
sleep, it removes the counter by 1 or 2,
Ooh.
and you're not sick anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's nothing too complicated.
No.
Anyone can do what I've
Woo!
done here.
Thank
Anyway.
you. Okay, so Jin, we just got a subscription, and it was like I didn't
Wow.
turn off the alerts. So for everyone on the podcast now, this is live broadcasted, and that's why like stuff happens here. I'm gonna turn off the alerts now, though, for the future. But thank you so much for the subscription, Dark Laws. Oh, thank you.
That was fun.
Okay,
I saw
okay.
you dancing. That was fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's continue and go out here from the house, and let's see if we can find Alyssa. I'm not sure where.
She's in the left. Go to the left map.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I don't need to read my quest information. I can just follow the voice of God in the, of the game. Oh, there she
There she
is.
is.
All right, okay, she's right
Yeah.
here. Okay, let's talk to her. Let's see what's up. And she says, "I'm not really in the mood right now. What's wrong?" I'm still pissed off at Sylvia for what she did in How do you say this, by the way?
Arashia
Ar-
Forest.
Arashia Forest. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, we got an assignment to pick up flowers, and then we got really bullied, you might say, by Sylvia. Okay, gonna continue. I mean, how can anyone just destroy those flowers and force everyone else to fail the class? What's her problem? So I can calm her down or agree with her. I'm like, so I'm gonna just agree with her. I know, right? Jesus. I just don't get it. The worst part is that Pompon got seriously injured. Oh, yeah, her friend Pompon was with us. How could they just hurt a classmate like that? Oh, is he your boyfriend or is he your brother? Wouldn't is he your brother? No, he's not. Oh, okay. But I guess you can put it that way. So he's not a boyfriend either? Oh, he's like a little brother to me. Okay, that explains it more. Pon Pon is a nice nickname. Or is that his real name? It sounds like a nickname.
It's a nickname.
Yeah, when we were kids, Pon Pon used to get bullied a lot by other kids. We lived in an affluent neighborhood, but Ponpon's family wasn't as well off as everyone else's. One time I saw Ponpon on the ground being kicked by a group of kids. I got so mad at what was happening that I beat up all of them. And I can say, all by yourself, or wow, you're strong. You're strong. I should be. If I'm going to protect my family name, I should be able to at least protect the little kid. So we're getting some backstory here and getting to know people in the academy.
Yeah.
And Elisa says, after that, Ponpon and I became friends. He was crying his eyes out, so I hugged him and I promised to protect him. We've been inseparable since then. And she continues to say, that's why I can't let Sylvia push us around again. Come to think of it, aren't you mad at Sylvia too? Are
you?
I'm that kind of person. Like, I don't really get like too mad at people, but I'm quite upset with what she did actually, and I think it was quite horrible. So now it was like she crossed the line, even for me, you know. Of course, anyone would be, says Elisa. And you know what? We shouldn't let Sylvia push us around like that. She has no right to hurt other students and sabotage their missions. And to make sure it doesn't happen again, we should stick together. I can say, yeah! Or I can say, I don't want to. But
I don't want to?
I mean, yeah, I want, yeah.
Yeah, I want to.
Why wouldn't I? Like, that's the spirit. My name is Burger in the game.
Oh, it's Burger. I didn't know.
So it's a nickname from Dr. Newt. He gave me a nickname.
Oh, okay.
I call him Noodle, and he calls me Burger.
Burger.
Yeah.
Burger boy.
Yeah. Thanks for talking to me today, says Elisa. Knowing that you're on my side makes me feel better already. Alrighty then. We're friends now, so if you need help, don't hesitate to ask, okay? Alright. Leveled up friendship. Oh.
Awesome.
Okay, and it says, the game tells me that I have created a bond with Elisa. She is now willing to join you outside the academy. It is important that you maintain this bond and spend time with her. Oh my god! I have to invest in the relationship to, unless they,
yes.
Otherwise it will like just break, or disappear.
Not really, but here, as I said, in the academy, you're not just studying books and going to class. You also have to make friends. And if you want to become powerful, if you want to mature as a person, you know, you have to talk to them, sort out your problems together. In a gameplay sense, they learn new skills. You unlock certain quest lines, quest arcs that's only available if you're close to the character. And it just, they become stronger as you spend more time with them. And so again, it goes back to balancing your academic life with your personal life as well.
So you can
because you're not just in it alone.
So you can make your allies stronger by investing in their relationships and spend time with them. And that's an activity that will take away time from other activities.
Yes.
You have to choose if you want to like focus on yourself or make them stronger, or make you like every other day, like go back. Okay, that's really cool. That is.
And another thing that I have planned, it's not yet implemented here, but depending on how you cheer up or how you talk to the character, they can learn different skills because you're influencing how they tackle life. And by having that change in mindset, they might approach life differently and they learn a different skill. So depending on how you interact with it. But it's not yet implemented in this version.
Wow. That I never heard people adding real life problems or ideas in a game like this in this way. I don't know if I have, or maybe it's more like maybe it's more well hidden, but here it's like a really like on the surface part of the mechanic and part of the gameplay in a really like in a very like simple but like in a apparent way, which is really nice. I don't know, it's really cool.
One of my inspirations is actually Persona 3 and 4. The Persona series. They have a similar mechanic where you spend time with friends. But what I did differently was that you can learn skills based on, your friends can learn skills based on how much you're spending time with them. Most RPGs, they learn skills based on what your level is.
Right.
But I think it doesn't make sense so much in a school setting. I mean, they learn skills based on studying, but I think they should be able to learn skills as well as they grow as a person and encounter problems and how they face those problems. You mature more, and I think it just makes more sense that way.
So I can influence Alyssa to be more of an evil person or a good-hearted, nice, soft person, like in my conversations with her. Is that kind of
I guess
like,
you can put it that way. I guess you can put it that way. Yeah.
or it's like I can make her go in either two directions, or like, or is it more nuanced and
Yeah,
like?
it's a bit more nuanced. So it's not clearly good and evil type of thing. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was that in this game, I wanted to highlight how morality and ethics can sometimes be in a gray area. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes in games, you know what's good and bad. You know that if you take this direction, you're good. If you take this direction, it's evil.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be moments in the game where both choices are equally valid. Both choices can be justified morally and ethically.
Wow.
But can you live with the consequences of what you will choose? So, at an ethical level, they may be both good, both bad in a certain sense, but they have two different consequences. And it's up to you. Which one do you put more value into? Is it the individual? Is it the collective? Things like that. So, good and evil sometimes in life, people are coming from different contexts and people decide differently. You know, for example, if you do something which I think is evil, but if once I get to know you, apparently you're stealing because your father is in the hospital and you need more money. It doesn't change the fact that what you're doing is illegal, but it does put a human face, a human facet into your actions, and all of a sudden it becomes more tolerable, more
Yeah.
understandable
Yeah.
where you're coming from, and that's what I wanted to capture in this game.
Yeah.
Really, that sometimes life is not so clear in terms of good and bad.
And
Sometimes it will. It is
I
clear.
really feel like now is a good time to mention that you work as a lawyer. Am I right?
Yes, actually, I do work as a lawyer.
How much
I'm like,
has how much has that influenced like your work life influence? Because it's what you just said about context for like a, let's
uh-huh.
say, a case in the court, like
Yeah, yeah,
how,
yeah.
like, but how much has like being a lawyer affected the game? How much did you take
Okay.
experience
So
or knowledge from that?
in the university, I was a philosophy major. So I took 4 years in philosophy courses. When
Oh,
I finished the university, I went to law school at age 21. And in our law school, it's 4 years law school. So I graduated 2 years ago. I'm like at my 2 years in as a lawyer now. I'm almost at my second year. And my kind of practice is that I'm a human rights lawyer.
right.
So our clients, we work with, farmers, marginalized people, indigenous tribes who are, you know, the law is not very accessible to them.
Mm,
Sometimes their homes big corporations destroy their environment and that affects their homes, or corporations, they don't pay these people, they take advantage of farmers, things like that. And there's just so many emotional things sometimes.
wow.
When we
Yeah.
talk of a lawyer, sometimes we just think that it's going to court, you're doing papers. But when you're a human rights lawyer or an alternative lawyer, is what we call it, because you're not in the traditional way, you meet many people from different walks in life, and that affected me so much. A lot of the stories and the quests that you will see in the game are probably most likely I drew it from my own personal experiences. The questions being posed, the scenarios, the complexity in the ethics and morality, and how you decide. These are things that I have never seen in a video game, but can only learn from real life experience, talking to people who think differently from me, who grew up in a different environment from me. And I think it's just nice to share that kind of experience with other people, players as well,
That's
which is,
so
of course, a
cool.
challenge when you're writing it.
Wow. That's so cool. It seems like um you really like had a lot of things to talk about and that you wanted to bring up in this game. Like why did is that a reason why you make the game? Because you had all these like idea
Oh, okay, okay.
like things from like that you experienced in life and you wanted to address them and like share it with other people, Was that a big
Oh, okay.
motivation for you to, or
Actually,
did you
no.
discover it later on that you could put it in the
Yeah.
game?
Yeah, I discovered it later on that I could put in the game. But the primary motivation for me was that um, a few years ago, I didn't have that much confidence with myself. So I wasn't confident about the skill. Like I felt like I didn't have talent.
Mm,
I mean, believe it or not,
mm,
2 years ago, I felt like I couldn't do art. I can't code, much less write. I can't write stories. But then this software, RPG Maker, went for free for over the weekend, and I tried it out and found it interesting. But then I told myself, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to make a game. I have zero background in making a game. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to make art. I can't write. I can't animate. I don't know how to make a game. But I will make a game because I want to challenge myself. And if I can make a game in 1 year, that means I will prove my theory that any person can learn any skill if you just give it time and effort. Now, I might not learn as fast as other people, but the fact remains that I can learn the skill, right? Given
yeah,
enough time and effort.
yeah.
Fast forward to now, I have this game and people are liking it, and I can tell myself that, you know what, I can learn any skill if I just focus and dedicate myself to learning it. So when I was making this game, I would dedicate 1 hour of my time every day, or at least one. I try to 1 hour every day or more, and just be consistent. Study everything, watch YouTube tutorials, read up, and be disciplined. I wasn't assuming that I'm talented or I have any innate skill, but just giving effort to learn something. And I think I've proven it to myself. And actually, that's my message as well to everyone listening here right now. If you've always wanted to do art, if you want to make a game, if you want to sing, if you want to cook, you can do it. All you have to do is study. Please don't think that you cannot do it because you're not talented, because you weren't born good. That is not true. Most of the good people that you know right now poured their blood, sweat, and tears into learning it. And I believe anyone can make a game, anyone can do whatever they want, learn any skill, just given the consistency and the discipline to learn it.
Wow. That is yeah, because yeah, exactly like you say, if you challenge yourself and you learn, you proved something to yourself, and then when you
Yeah.
share that with other people, that will also inspire them. And it's such a wise words. Yeah, just like Basilisk
Yeah,
says, like wise
and this
words.
this game, like I mean, anyone can say, don't give up, just do it, you learn it. Anyone can say that, but for me, I have something here. It's a product that you can play, you can experience, and I can say it that, hey, I made this, and I know you can do this. So I'm not just saying this because those sometimes people think it's cheesy words, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
they tend not to believe you.
You have
But
something
once you can show them
concrete. Yeah.
something, like my video game 1 year ago looks so much different from what it is now, and that has so much more effect, and it makes people believe in what you're saying more. It becomes more credible because they can see how different
So
you've transitioned
what
from 1 year ago to today,
yeah. So
right?
what is your biggest motivations, like driving you, motivating you to continue developing this game? And what is your vision for the game? What do you want to
Okay,
happen with the game in the future? And yeah,
right. Um, so I want to say first and foremost that this game isn't money is not the primary motivation, but I do want to break even at least. I've invested so much money here, but it's not the primary motivation. What I want is to distribute this to as many people as I can, because I know that I don't want to spoil the story, but there is something here that I want people to experience and to think about really carefully
right.
in this game. And that's something that it's you have to experience as you play. There's a sort of build up before you go to this one big question, and then you answer something, and then you look back at all of your decisions in game, and then you say, you know what? Despite everything that I've done, everything I've been through in this game, I will still stand by my decision in this particular moment. I don't want to spoil the story, but something like that. And I know I'm onto something here because as early as now, people can see a glimpse of it and they're liking it, they're enjoying it. And that one specific moment, which will take time to create, that's my primary motivation. And I'm so excited for all of you to experience that once the game is finished. Really.
Wow.
So
That's really cool. So you want people to think about their, like, how they live their lives, and if they can live
in a
with the
way,
consequences of their actions. Is that
yes,
kind of
yes.
the
And
big
then,
question? Like,
yeah, there's also a certain emotion that I want players to feel,
hmm,
various emotions. A feeling, for example, of the joy of making friends, or
yeah,
the joy of finding a family, a community, which may not necessarily be a blood relative, but someone who, you grow up together, you go through experiences together, moments where you just feel like giving up, but because your friends were there, you didn't give up. And there will be moments like that in this game through character development, through spending time.
yeah,
And also, feelings like betrayal, feelings of
mm,
dishonesty. And people lie, people lie every now and then, but there's a reason why they're lying as well. So the feeling of betrayal, but at the same time understanding where they're coming from, which brings me back to the point of sometimes ethics and morality, it's not as clear cut, good and evil, once you get to know the context.
wow.
Those
Uh,
those kinds of themes.
I get, even the more I learn about this game, the more excited I get about playing it and experiencing it.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people feel the same way when they listen to this. So, how far along are you making this game? Do you know, or like,
Yeah.
what would you say? How
Okay.
far you've come on the process? Like, where are you on the
So
journey of
so
completing the
so
game?
this is a prototype. So the graphics, most of them are placeholders, and I'm going to remake all of the graphics from scratch.
Wow.
And that's going to take time. So, but the main story, I'm about 20% done. In this demo, it's about 20%.
Right. Does the
But
game
just the
stop?
graphics.
Does the game tell you, like, okay, you can, or does it just, you can't progress any further, or there's
Oh,
nothing else
okay.
to do, or like how does it work when you work with a prototype? Like, is there like an end screen, like, okay, you finished the prototype?
Yeah, normally it finishes at the end screen and it cuts the game. But in this demo, what I did was I notify you that this is the end of the main storyline, but you can keep playing if you want, in case you want to explore and find secrets. There are secret rooms in the academy. There are secret quests to find out. I made it fun. So if in case you want to keep playing and
So
you want to find out the content that you missed, you can still keep playing.
is it correct to assume that since you spent, is it 1 year now developing the game?
Yeah, about 1 year, 8 months now,
Oh, what? Okay, so what? So
almost two
almost
years. Yeah.
almost 2 years, and it's the main story is 20% done. It means you
Yeah.
need another 5 times as much time to finish the game. So that's
Oh, but
10 years.
no, but like, but like
No.
in my first year, that was me learning everything.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god.
it wasn't just me sitting every day making a game. It was me watching videos, learning, testing a lot,
Right, right,
trial and
right.
error editing.
You
So
probably
that took some time.
create more of the, like, you add more things to the game faster now
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you had to spend a lot of time learning.
yeah, exactly. But
Right.
now my challenge is the art. The art is gonna take so much time. The writing, I reckon it's not gonna take so much time, but just the art, making everything,
And you wrote,
and the music
did you
and
write
stuff like
every
that.
dialogue in the game?
Yeah, I had to write everything in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna do it for you.
Will you consider to, what's it called, hire someone to do something for you for the game, or do you want to make everything yourself, just to
Okay.
have that
Um,
feeling of accomplishment, and like this, I made everything.
I'm going to hire someone to help me with the music
Mm,
and some of the illustrations,
right.
the face sets, the anime style character portraits,
Yeah.
as well as the voiceovers and things like that. But for the most part, making the game, landscaping, as you put it, and the writing and all the items, planning all the skills, I will have to do it alone. I can't trust it to anyone else because every single detail counts. And If I put that in someone else's hands and they're not on the same page as I am, the game is gonna go off track significantly. But if it's just the music and the what you're seeing now, the character faces, I'm gonna improve that. Gonna hire someone to do it. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a surface enhancement that you can,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like without
You can delegate
hesitation. Yeah, you can
someone else.
delegate. Yeah, without worry about the core of the game changing or like the experience of the
Exactly.
game. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. It's just like, I guess it's just like such a big project, and like taking it on
It
like
is.
almost everything yourself. It's such a like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
such a big journey to go on, and I imagine that it really changed who you are as you go along as well. It's
Oh,
really,
yeah.
how has,
Definitely.
yeah, has it, you said something about like you were talking about self-esteem and you didn't have as much self-esteem. Can you already feel prouder and more confident, like in
Yeah,
others,
actually.
in life in general?
Now, yeah, in life in general, yeah, for sure. Recently I went to a game convention called ESGS, Electronic Sports and Gaming Summit,
Mm-hmm.
and I was alone. I had a booth, but I was alone there because I'm a solo developer, and I had to challenge myself to talk to people and give them a game pitch, a video game pitch. Basically, what is your game in 30 seconds?
Right.
Things like that, and constantly trying to talk to them. So it's a journey of constantly challenging myself to do better in things that I'm not confident about. But the good thing about personal passion project is that unlike in school you're always graded. At least in my school, in the Asian schools, your professors evaluate you based on your grades. They
Mm.
evaluate your projects
Yeah.
based on your grades, and you're always afraid to fail. But when you have a passion project like this, no one's grading you. It's okay to fail, and you can fail as much as you want, as many times as it takes until you're comfortable enough and you gain that confidence to do better. And in that way, I'm doing it in my own pace, in my
Wow.
own
Yeah.
comfortable
Yeah.
pace, and yeah, it's something that I wouldn't have learned in school or something that I wouldn't have achieved when I was still studying because I would always be afraid of being criticized by my professors, failing grades, meeting expectations. But here, no one's expecting anything from me. I mean, when I was doing this, no one was believing in me. No one was, I only had myself to believe in
Mm.
because
Yeah.
this is my own
Yeah.
project. I'm starting
And
from scratch,
the
right?
moment the moment you give up on yourself is the moment this project dies, and it's only with you that
Exactly.
that it's only
It,
you that
yeah,
can take the next step, and it's up to you if you're willing to take it. Even if sometimes you fall down and you maybe go two steps back, you can always decide to take another step forward the next day.
exactly.
It's such a weird thing
Exactly.
that where success isn't measured in like something, like you can't, you only fail if you decide to give up, kind of thing. It's such a weird
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
And
And that's kind
speaking
of,
speaking of success, this is something that I've learned through a mentor, one of my professors in law school, who really inspired me. She said, in life, as a lawyer, people expect you. When they say success, they think of how much money are you making every year, how popular are you in the profession, what is your are you a high-ranking official,
yeah,
public
yeah,
official? People think of that way in terms of
yeah,
success. And what my professor told me is that, you know what, you should define your own success.
yeah,
Give success your own definition, whether it be how happy you are in life,
yeah,
whether it be how happy you are with your pets. It's completely fine. And I think ever since I've got that mindset, defining my own success, I've learned how to not give in to expectations from my parents, from relatives, from society, thinking that, by this time you should have your own car, by this age you should be married. But you
yeah.
know what? For me, I'm going to define my own success. I'm going to make a video game and I'm going to enjoy making this video game and share it to
Yes,
the world. That's
yes.
how I'm going to define success.
You know, and that
And I,
sounds,
I've, I've just been so happier ever since.
oh, I love to hear that. It's so amazing. I really love that because I think a lot of people just thinking about that, what you just said, that you can define your own
Yeah.
success and it could be something that makes you happy and makes
Yeah,
your
exactly.
life meaningful to you. It just like puts all this pressure, it just goes off your shoulders. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, oh, I can live my life in a completely different way and feel happier and feel better. Oh man.
Yeah, and well, it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
Sometimes
of
when you
course.
pursue your passion, some people are gonna get mad at you. Of course, we still have to pay bills. We still have to feed ourselves. But you know what? It's all part of. Ultimately, at the end of the day, my measure of success is at the end of the day when I'm about to sleep.
Yeah.
If I'm going to die tonight, will I be okay with that? And
Wow.
if my
Yes.
answer is if my answer is no, it means I have to do something different tomorrow. But if my answer is yes, that means I was successful for that day. So if I'm okay with dying tonight, and I can say with resounding yes that I am okay with dying tonight after this podcast when I go to bed, sure, I don't mind. I will die happy. And for me, that's my definition of success.
So if you
But
want
again,
to,
it's up to you
if
guys
you
how
want to
you
be
define
happy,
success.
guys, you have to come on this podcast because then you can die happily tonight. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
You're good at marketing. You're a good
I'm just kidding.
marketer.
I mean, that's such a great, and like we usually think much more. We plan ahead. We plan 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah,
We think that we will live for a long time, but
yeah,
when you ask yourself, what if I died now, like would I be happy
yeah,
with
yeah,
it? You make everything, you question everything you do in life, and like if it really makes you happy, am I really
yeah,
living the
yeah.
life
And
I enjoy, or what I'm supposed to do? Okay, so I guess like my next question is like, did you know that you were passionate about making video games? It sounds like
oh,
like it sounds like you
okay.
kind of just you picked the project and then you discovered your passion for it in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So when I started this project, I was not passionate at all about it. I mean, I was interested, but not super passionate. But again, my experiment was I'm going to commit to this, whether I like it or not, whether I feel great or lazy. I will do. I will work on my game for 1 hour
Mm,
every day, and I wasn't passionate about it. Sometimes I was, sometimes it felt great, but sometimes it's discouraging. Sometimes you feel like, why am I even doing this? I'm not even good at this, you know? But hey, I committed to this for 1 year and I'm going to finish that commitment. And eventually, when people started liking it, it felt great and I just enjoyed it and it became part of me. It became part of my schedule
yeah.
every day, but yeah, it's something that I eventually discovered that I'm actually passionate about this because I'm not making any money. Well, now people are donating because they
Yeah.
see that this has potential, but it's not like I'm making so much money. The donations are used for the game itself
Yeah.
as well to help support to improve everything, but it's not like I'm making profits or anything. So I'm not earning a salary making this either, but that's how I could say that this is done out of passion
Yeah.
because there's really zero money. There's no incentive for me to do this. But
If it
I
was,
like it. I
yeah,
do enjoy it.
if it was for the money, you wouldn't say all the things you've told me this hour. Like when
True,
we talked
true.
about it, you wouldn't have talked about work and life balance, your self esteem,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
vision for the game, the life like aspects that you put in the game, and like you want people to experience. You can tell this is a passion project just like listening
It
like
is.
1 minute to you, and I love it. I
Thank you so
absolutely
much.
love it.
I've been waiting. I've 2 years ago. I mean, 1 year, 8 months ago. I've waited for an opportunity to tell everyone that you can learn any skill as long as you put your time and effort and discipline into it. And now I have something to show to everyone to prove that
Yeah,
point, which is this game. So again, if for all of you who are listening right now, deep inside you, maybe there's something you've wanted to do all this time. You wanted to try a sport, you want to go painting, you want to go swimming, but you're not confident about yourself. You know what? Just go for it. Because I did. I went to make a game. I didn't know anything about game making, and now I've made something and people are liking it. I'm in OBearry stream, which is an awesome streamer from Sweden, telling this to the whole world. And you know what? If I can do that, and I wasn't even confident myself, I'm pretty sure you guys can do it as well. I would, and I'm finally just really happy that I can tell it now in here.
wow, yeah, that's such. It makes me so happy. I'm so glad that I met you and I could do this podcast with you,
Likewise.
because so much about
Likewise.
what you're talking about is exactly what I'm trying to do with my passion project, which is a stream. You're talking exactly about like the positivity
Yeah.
in a way that
Yeah.
really like connects with what I want to do. So
Awesome.
it's
Yeah, and that's why I'm so happy as well to be in your community, and I'm so excited to hang out some more and get to know more of you people here and be friends and stuff. I'm really happy as well. And I don't know, I don't even know how it happened. I think, how did you even find me? Actually, I'm curious.
I posted on Twitter, right? So I'm looking
Yeah, but
for
how
indie
did?
game
Yeah.
developers, and I posted it, and I think
Oh, right, right.
Basilisk liked it, and then since you were connected, it showed
Yeah,
up for
yeah.
you, or
I think someone tagged me.
maybe
Yeah.
she even like tagged you. Well,
Yeah. Okay, I remember now. I remember.
it's
Yeah.
but it's really it's such a weird it's a coincidence, but also fate in the at the same time, you know.
Yeah, in a sense, because I mean, you're from
Blazing,
Sweden.
Blazing
I'm from
Raccoon
the
tagged.
Philippines.
Okay, so yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
we're from different parts of the world,
Yeah,
and just being able to connect
yeah,
randomly on a random day over Twitter, and
yeah,
then now we're talking here, talking to everyone, and we're all having a great time.
yeah.
I mean, I can't even explain it. How do you explain that?
It's the magic of the day we live
Magic of,
in, and the internet,
yeah, I
and
don't
or
know.
the technology, and just I yeah, and when things like this happens, you feel like technology really is a good thing. You know, you don't always feel that way, but when it helps you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make friends, connect with people, and share passion and your interests, and
yeah,
spread
yeah.
positivity, then like the magic, that it feels really magical, and
That's
in a good way.
amazing. It's mind blowing. Sometimes I can't believe it. It's like so surreal.
Can you tell me about something that was like a real struggle or a challenge where you almost felt like giving up with this game? Like, do you have anything of those? Like, where that's been like,
Yeah, it's there's no one big event. When
oh yeah,
sometimes when people say, "Have you been discouraged?" Sometimes it's not even one person who criticized you or one big failure. There's nothing of that sort for me, but it's more like in the beginning when I was working on my game, like I I I don't know where this is going to take me. This is not a career option.
right,
There's no money involved.
yeah,
Why am I even doing this? I'm
yeah,
spending so much time. My and I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I'm spending so much time working on this. And there were times that like, and when things don't work out in the game or when I receive criticism, that those little things they add up. And on some days you just don't want to do it anymore, and
yeah,
on some days you just want to give up or you want to tear your hair off. You're
yeah.
so tired. But I would always go back to, I'm doing an experiment. I committed to this for 1 year, and I will not stop now. I can stop maybe after 1 year, but as long as that 1 year is not over, I will not stop. I will not give up because I want to prove to everyone that you can learn this, you can learn any skill as long as you just keep going at it.
But
So
yeah,
to answer your question, yes, I had many days when I wanted to give up. I'm still experiencing it right now with pixel art
yeah,
because I'm not good at it. I have to practice every day. I have to fail every day. And coming into terms with that failure, it's part of it. It's part of the learning experience. It's learning how to deal with failure and learning how to get back up on your feet whenever you don't feel like it and learning how to rest. We have to rest
yeah. Resting
as
is such a
well,
big
you know.
important thing to do, and like do things that gives us energy and fills us up again with inspiration to continue creating new stuff. Such a important part of and you have like you work full time as a lawyer, and then you do this on the side, so it's like, is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. My work is actually lenient. We have flexible work hours, so I can work at home. I can work in a coffee shop, anywhere, as long as I meet the deliverables for my project.
Right.
And I am doing this on my side. So when I'm not too busy with work, I squeeze this in, or
Yeah.
sometimes at night or in the early in the morning, I work on it. So I'm also fortunate enough and privileged enough to have a job that allows me to work flexible work hours and still have a decent amount of pay. So
Hmm.
that really helps. That really helps.
So
Yeah.
so you really have to think about the life work balance. Which house
Yeah, exactly.
which house are you in if you play the game? Do you know?
Me,
Yeah.
me personally,
Yeah.
I don't want to answer that question
Oh,
because I
okay.
might be biased. I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe I'm all of the houses, and I'm just.
Oh,
I believe everyone actually. You all. So in the beginning of the game, you're asked, "What are your virtues? Is
right.
it pride, loyalty, honor, temperance?" Well, when you think about it, everyone has those qualities, but in a different level per person. But we all have those qualities. So
We're
in a way, I am all of the houses, but it's just a matter of in a game perspective, it's nice to have four houses with which highlights which virtues. But I don't want to answer which one I belong to
no, okay,
because
it's fine. You don't have
I
to.
might show favoritism.
You don't have to.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you? But so you already passed a year of working on this every day.
yeah,
Do so you don't you fulfilled the promise to yourself to work
yeah,
on it for a day, and now you're like in it for the long run,
yeah.
and
You know
yeah,
the reason why so I mentioned I was in the ESGS Indie Fiesta, right?
yeah,
When I was there in the event, there was one day that's not open to the public, so it's just all of you guys who are showcasing your games. You get to play each other's games, and some media personnel and publishers they get to try a game. It's a business day, and during business day, there were two people that really um, made a huge difference in my decision to continue.
okay.
One of these people who approached me was a publisher, a representative from Sega. You know, people who made Sonic. Uh,
Oh,
so they tried my game and they liked it. And apparently they're the mobile game subsidiary of Sega called Go Game. So in the future, I might hit them up and ask them, hey, do you want to publish my game and get that Sega thing? And who knows where that will lead me? Maybe
oh,
Lawmages will appear in the next Super Smash Brothers. You know, who knows? We don't know.
yeah,
Hopefully,
wow,
that's a dream.
yeah,
But I mean, just thinking that possibility really excites me. And at this point, anything's possible. I'm
yeah,
not gonna doubt myself anymore. It may or may not happen, but that's a possibility. And another person who made an impact was this guy from Taiwan, who said, "You know what? This game is so great. Do you want to showcase this in the Taipei Game Show?" Now, the Taipei Game Show is one of the biggest game shows in the world, and dude, I
wow,
am making an RPG game based made in RPG Maker. It's not even finished yet. This is a freaking prototype. I'm one person compared to studios with 5 people, 10 people, 100 people.
yeah.
And you're asking me to present my game in the Taipei Game Show, which is one of the biggest game shows in the world. And for me, that was just huge honor when he asked me that. Of course, I couldn't commit. I couldn't give him an answer right away. But just hearing that from him, and that's a
Wow.
huge honor. I mean, it blew my
Wow. It
mind.
must have
You
really be
know,
boosted you and gave you like yeah,
yeah,
a
like
big
so.
motivation.
This
Yeah.
I really am probably onto something here. So that helped me gain confidence in what I'm doing because every now and then I would still question, is my game really good? Maybe people are just saying this because they're my friends. Maybe because they're just saying this because they're trying to be nice. That's why they're not criticizing it. But I mean, the game has 1,000 downloads now, and
Yeah.
it won awards after it's like two awards, one award, and now it's a nominee for another award, and it's not even done yet. For me, it's like how can this be possible when it's not even finished yet, and it's an
Uh,
RPG Maker game,
but
and
you don't have
people
to
don't expect
worry,
things from
Jin.
RPG.
You don't have to worry about that stuff. I
Yeah,
promise you, if you finish the game and you work on this and you add to it, like you will get critics. You will get
of course,
you will
yeah,
get more critics. Like I think you know what people love? People love a great idea, a passionate soul,
yeah,
a person with good like that seems like a good person doing something they love. I love those stories, and I love that you're passionate
yeah,
about it and your ideas for the game, and it's hard not to be inspired by what you're trying to do and your vision for the
Thank
game.
you so much.
So
And I'm glad that I'm talking to you about this as well. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
no, I'm grateful that you're here on the podcast just sharing about this, because I think it's important and I think it's really cool. Right, exactly. So it's just like, yeah, you will get more, like, if you continue, there will be like more people that are more. I think that now, since
I
it
think
is
so too,
small, it's kind of like it only attracts the people that are really interested in it, and like they,
yeah.
so you get more like deep rooted fans in a way, I guess, like, because
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
mean, it's hard to make a video game that caters to everyone unless you're making casual games, like puzzle games and people like Angry Birds, where anyone can play. But an RPG as a genre, it's not really for everyone. But um, part of the marketing, the business side of a game, is knowing your audience and focusing on your audience, people who really just like your game, who like these type of games. So that's kind of the business part that I had to learn as well, not to get discouraged when some people don't like it,
right.
because when they don't, they're probably not my audience, and that's okay. And that's okay. There's no
It's
shame in that.
it's so nice that you're not making a game for everyone in the whole
For everyone,
world,
yeah,
like, to enjoy and
exactly.
love. It's not how it works. No one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's those are rare occasions and very very hard to do. Like, I mean, even shooter games, even Call of Duty, they're not for everyone. These are war games, and not
Right.
everyone likes shooting games. But it's a very successful game because they pull it off. They focus on their audience, um, focusing on people who care about your game, and
Yeah.
I think that's what matters in the business aspect of it.
So what other games, like, what games do you think that people that will love your game, what games do you think they played before? Like,
Okay,
what do you think they enjoyed playing
okay. I
before?
mean, first of all, if you like the Harry Potter series, this is probably for you.
Right.
You probably like this game. Secondly, if you
A
played
lot of
Persona
people,
3,
can I just say, a lot of people like Harry Potter. So
okay,
it's a
yeah, so
good
that's
big
a good thing,
audience.
right? So, also, if you played Persona or Final Fantasy retro stuff, if you grew up playing Game Boy or PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo, you'll probably like this game. If you grew up playing Dragon Quest, Manakimia, Atelier Iris, things like that, traditional role playing, Japanese role playing games, I'm pretty sure you'll love this. But I've also, and this surprised me, some streamers who are not into role playing games, and I'm talking about streamers who like shooting games in
Yeah.
particular, that they just stream shooting games. All of a sudden, they message me on Twitter and say, you know what? I really like your game. Can I stream it? And they did. They streamed it and they finished it. They
Wow.
finished it in like one sitting, two sittings, and
Yeah.
that really shocked me. Like, these people, I know they're not going to be my audience, but it turns out they really like the game, and apparently they're my audience. And so there are those nice surprises as well. You never know who's going to like it, and which goes in line with my message. Like, if you want to paint, if you want to dance, if you want to make a song, you just don't know. Maybe you're thinking, you know what, my classmates won't like it, people from different parts of the world won't like it, but you never know, maybe they do. And it's all about risking, opening yourself up and risking yourself to that kind of criticism or possible people liking you. It's just really just opening up to the possibility, I think, because you
It
really just don't know who's gonna like it. I mean, I never thought I would meet you and speak in front of people here right now on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I never knew it was gonna happen, right?
Unexpected, right? And it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
because you did something, you challenged yourself, and then you found the passion, and then you kept doing what you love, what you enjoy for yourself, and what makes you happy. And that it turns out the very same thing that makes you happy is making other people happy, and it's
yeah, and that's the best thing. I mean, that's more than what I can hope for. That's what makes me really happy, and that's like knowing that I made other people happy and inspire them a little bit. um, that's for me. That's already a success. Like, I could stop making this game because I have already inspired people and did my goal. But I'm not gonna stop because now a lot of people are expecting a lot from this game and they want me to finish and they're getting excited. And okay, sure, I'm gonna keep doing it because I do think I'm onto something here, and I
Yeah,
don't want to stop now.
that's awesome. And I'm thinking about, I can't help but thinking about like, I'm passionate about my stream, but it's not a product in a way that I can show simple. Like, as it's not as a product like a game that I can show and like, hey, look at this product that or like this thing that I made. It's more like, it's, I guess I can, but I measure the success in the quality of the relationships in the community. How much we support each other and take care of each other, and
Hello?
that's where I can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh no, we lost him.
I think I lost you there for a second.
Oh you back?
You might have the Discord call is still ongoing, but I can't hear your voice.
Oh no. Okay.
I'll try to reset the Discord call. And
Oh no, guys, error. Okay, thank you everyone for being here. We're gonna try to get our friend Jin back here. We're gonna refresh and everything. Tojo-san, thank you for the follow, and thank you Lian and Isute, and Big Cute Fluffy Panda is here too. Let's see. Can you hear me, Jin?
hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Okay, awesome.
That was so weird. Okay, anyway, you were saying that about the stream.
Oh yeah, I can say it again. But please go ahead and share the link to the game in the chat.
Oh yeah, right. Of course,
you don't have to do it. We can ask Dr. Newt can do it.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. You have it ready. You probably can find it easy enough. Oh, nice. Okay. So if you want to try the game, you can just Google Lawmage Academy and you can find it that way, right? Well. So if you're listening, you can do it.
So you were saying about
right. I was comparing kind of like I don't have something concrete, a product to show with my stream, like this is what I made. So I measure the success in the quality of the relationships and the friendships in the community. And that works. It works well too.
Yeah, it works. That's perfect because that's really the point, that you're making significant, deep relationships with people from all over the world, and you're all helping each other to live better lives. I think that in itself is a huge success already, because you can die knowing full well that you did some good in this world and that you tried your best to help others as well. And I think that's really all that we can hope for. I mean, you can have as much money as you want in this world, but if you stepped on people to get that kind of money, I don't think it's going to make me happy either. You know?
No, definitely not.
But I think what you're doing is really great. Yeah, perfect.
It's as long as you believe in yourself and in your own, like if the things you do makes you happy and makes you feel well, like that, then you feels like then that's the feeling of success that you're looking for.
Exactly.
That's how you know you're successful. But and it's only up to your own mind and your own thoughts about yourself. How successful you will feel each day, because it's not about the numbers, it's not about the amount of viewers, the amount of people that downloaded your game, or like it's like about how you feel about what you're doing, and if you're living your life like in accordance to your values and follow your dreams and make yourself happy and then and trying to spread and do good to others.
In a business side, of course, you need to have some numbers on how you can determine success.
Of course, that can be fun too. But
in your life perspective, in your own personal life, success shouldn't be like trying to please the expectations of other people. Because when I was in law school, I've met a lot of people who were forced to go there because their parents forced them to, and it's not really easy, especially in an Asian country. It's not easy to just say no to your parents, right? And you know that these people are miserable.
Yeah.
Because they're in law school, they're getting they're working so hard doing something that they don't even enjoy, and they're getting all sorts of mental health issues, and
Yeah.
they're just not happy. And I feel bad for them. But and then they finish law school, and then their parents have more expectations from them to work in this particular firm, even though this law firm you're not happy, you're working long hours, so much pressure. But your parents' idea of success is for you to work in a law firm and make so much money, even though it means overtime and you're not getting married, you're not doing what you love. But it's always trying to please the expectations of other people. And I just don't like that kind of way of living. And I can see from my friends that they're not happy with that kind of life. So I know some of you are listening. Some of you here are my friends, and some of you are listening. And if you feel that way, please, I do hope at some point you try to chase your own happiness. You try to chase something that you really wanted to do. And you can start by working in your own passion project. You can dance, you can sing, even if you're not good at it, just do it. And I just hope that you do it sooner than later, because you just never know when your life is going to end. So a lot of us think that death is out there 40 years from now when I'm 60 years old, but that's not true. I mean, I always have to come to terms with death every day, every night, like, because you
Because
just never know.
yeah,
So I hope you do it sooner than later, to just do whatever you're happy with, and do whatever you want
yeah.
with your
Awesome.
life, and pursue that.
Awesome. That's such great words. Um,
Yeah.
I want you to kind of showcase one of the core mechanics of the game, and it might
Okay.
be like one of we're getting towards the end of the podcast, so we're
Okay.
gonna enroll in a class, and we're gonna talk
Okay. Yeah.
about how that
Sure. Sure.
works, and a little bit. I'm gonna take the combat basics, I think, because if I go and talk to this, we're inside a castle. So how does this work? You kind of give us an
Okay.
introduction
You
to
talk
it.
to her. You talk to the lady there at the counter, and then some classes will show up, and
Yeah.
you can enroll in a class. Now, each class, it has different days. For example, if you take combat basics, that's going to take 2 days
Right.
off of your schedule, and you're going to have to complete the requirements of this class, which is getting a flower. Getting a flower. And so the game is about, part of the main core mechanic is enrolling in classes. But again, once you do all of these classes, combat basics, item craft, aura skills, aura breaks, these are just tutorial levels. Once you're done with all of those, you're free to do whatever you want. You can take classes, you can go to the library and read books, you can go out of the academy and go on adventures and train and
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But by the end of the game, there's a certain number of days. I think it says right now 100 days.
Yeah.
But a lot of things will happen within those 100 days. So it's you trying to be prepared for those major events that are going to happen.
Oh,
And
okay.
at the end of everything, the ending can change depending on how you behaved throughout your days in the academy.
Okay.
So
So I'm gonna go ahead
the
and
class mechanic is just one of it.
I'm gonna take the combat basics here, and it's and the description is it is highly recommended that the noobs know a few spells
Yeah,
and have potions at hand to avoid dying at such a young age. That's such a funny description of a course
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
take. I like that.
yeah. It's
Um,
just to give it a personality, because the professor, she has this kind of personality, and
right.
I just wanted to make it consistent. And it is quite funny. It wakes you up. Wakes you.
Right. So I already failed this class
Yeah,
the first time
and you can take
around.
it again.
Yeah, and I can take it again. So it's kind of weird. Like I wonder, could I succeed the first time? It didn't feel like I
Uh,
had a choice but to fail it. I don't know. Maybe I did something
okay.
wrong.
Yeah, is it okay? It might be a spoiler to everyone if I say it. Should I
Oh,
say it?
yeah. I don't
How
know.
it works?
No, well,
Okay, well, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. It will not always the combat basics. It will not always be the same. It can change depending on how you behave. But I won't say how much it can change. But I will say that it's not always the same. So because I
all
don't
right.
want to spoil too much
All
of the
right.
game.
All right.
But it can change.
All
to
right.
a certain extent.
So this time around, we will complete this class, says Alyssa.
We will complete this class.
Yeah.
I think you can, now that you have Alyssa in your team. And so for the first 2 hours of the game, it's really tutorial levels,
Yeah.
getting to know the classes mechanic, battle system, reading books. Once you're done with everything, it goes into an open world sort of schedule, and you can do whatever you want.
Right.
But at a certain day, you have to be. If you only prepare this much at a certain day, then that's it. You're responsible for how you spend your days. And
So,
you have to deal with the problems based on how many skills you have, what are your weapons, what are your
wow.
charms.
You can't develop further like after that specific day.
Oh well, I mean you can, but in the major events,
Oh, right.
you
That
can't
it will
you can't
okay.
take all the classes and complete all the content
All
within a
right.
given number of days.
Okay. Yeah.
But after that major event, you can catch up.
Okay. All right. So I'm in a classroom, and we're Lawmage Selka is the teacher, and she's like a battered soldier with an eye patch, pink long like shoulder length hair, with elf-like ears, and
Yeah.
she's badass. She's like, there's no like softness in this class.
Yeah, she's harsh.
She's harsh.
She's not pulling any punches.
How did you come up with all these different characters and personalities? Where did you draw like your inspiration from?
Inspiration for them? Law school. And the people I meet in my legal practice, like I meet all sorts of people, harsh people, kind people, inspiring people, people who manipulate you, people who don't do anything, who take advantage of you. And I try to draw from personal life experience for the characters. And then I try to write them in a way, because writing a story for a book is different from writing in a game. That's one thing I had to realize, and I just had to pattern it in such a way that makes sense in a game perspective.
Okay. So, is it possible to completely fail combat basics?
Completely fail? No, it's not possible. Well, I mean, if you go to a game over, if you
right.
die,
Then that's
boss,
it. Yeah.
that's a game over.
Okay.
But I guess that's it if you die.
Okay.
But this is tutorial level, so you can't punish the players too hard for failing. That's why you can't fail combat basics as long as you defeat the bosses and stuff.
But I only have one friend to come with me on this little quest here. Is that okay? Or like I don't have any more?
It's okay, yeah.
I don't have any more friends to take on this journey.
Okay. In the future, you'll get more friends.
Oh.
In the future, you can fail classes and you can take them again.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Nice. So
yeah, games are interactive. That's why writing for them is different, and you have to think about. It has to be fun. It can't all be writing. It has to be fun. So that's one thing that you have to really take into consideration.
Oh yeah, no. I'm wondering if I kind of try to avoid stuff here just to see if I can find the flowers, but there are monsters chilling
monsters
all over the place, and we're walking through a forest here.
What's your spell actually? What's your spell?
Right. Okay. So, oh wait, what am I? I'm fighting chickens. Let's see. I have an arrow and an Natura.
Natura. Okay, that's Alyssa.
Oh right.
And
all right.
For Burger.
Let's see. I was. I didn't. I just thought maybe I would. Okay. Wait. I was using a wind spell on a bird. That's not very clever. But I have a lightning one. Maybe that will work better.
A lightning one.
And vault.
Okay.
So.
I was gonna say that in this game. So I'm not sure if everyone has played it, but in the beginning you're going to answer some questions, and your starting spells and your starting stats will influenced by how you answer those questions. Now, for OBearry, you learned a lightning spell. That's your starting spell. But for other players, you might get a water spell, a fire spell, or an earth spell. And these spells, you can use them in battle, but you can also use them in the environment. So if you know a fire spell, you can burn bushes, and you can have access to treasure chests hiding behind those bushes, or you can water some plants or destroy some rocks, blocking your way if you know an earth spell or a water spell. For lightning, um, it's not going to help you in the environment, but you will get access to a secret boss, which will give
Oh,
you nice loot to make up for what you're missing out.
all right. Okay. So I have some green bubbles on my head. Does it mean that I'm like poisoned? I feel like it
Yes,
does.
you're poisoned, unfortunately.
I have one antidote. Does it mean that I will slowly die if I don't
You will
heal it?
slowly lose health. You will lose
Yeah.
health, but it will automatically go away eventually.
Oh,
I
okay.
think after 3 turns or something.
Oh, okay. Might do that. I think maybe Alyssa will actually do she will do the hand combat. I think she did quite a lot of damage with just and I will just use my spell.
Nice.
So that's hopefully it's gonna take care of these monsters here. So, how did you come up with the monsters? Is it just like monsters that you find in the RPG Maker software, and it's
Yeah, there's stock assets in the RPG Maker,
right?
but eventually I plan to make my own monsters as I get better in pixel art, practice some more. It's gonna take time, but I think it's gonna be worth it to make it stand out from other RPG Maker games.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, of course. If the more customized monsters you make and things like
Yeah.
that will probably stand out. Alyssa.
Did you bring potions?
Yeah, I did. I have
Okay,
I have
very
a
good, very good.
few potions. And I have an apple as well. Still one
Okay,
apple.
cool.
So I found you. Oh yeah, we really need to help these people out here. Use a few
Nice.
potions. This is not really great
Okay.
podcast content, I imagine, because a lot of people will just be listening, but we will post it on YouTube as well, so people can actually
Yeah,
see
no worries.
what's going on. Oh yeah, I remember this place. Let's see. Let's go over here.
Okay, there you go. You're going to the interesting part now.
All right. All right. Okay. This is where things went wrong the last time. So we're in a glade, and there's a bush with flowers, and hopefully we can get the flowers this time and not. Oh no. Okay, something there. Of course, it's a fire spirit. Who do we have here? Kitty Lawmages. Oh my god. Again. It's a dumb fire spirit. We don't have time for this. I guess we're gonna fight it. Who are you calling dumb? You're the dumb ones for trespassing in my home. Oops, sorry, fire spirit. Excuse me, your home? I'm pretty sure fire spirits are supposed to live in volcanoes and deserts, not forests. This fire spirit's lost. That's not how spirits work, young lady. See, you're the dumb one for not knowing about spirits. Oh my god. We're arguing with the fire spirit. We don't have time for this burger. Let's get rid of this dumb spirit before the whole glade burns down. Okay, so we're
Come
gonna.
on, burger.
All right, we're gonna.
You can do it. I believe in you.
All right, okay. I don't have any nature or wind. Let's try the spells. See how we do with the spells. If they do any damage. That did almost nothing. Wow. Okay. I imagine lightning will not do very much either, but I will try it anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but you're actually hitting the weaknesses of the monster. Do you see that number, the green circle with a number on it?
Yeah.
That's their shield, and every time you hit them with a weakness, it goes down. When it goes 0, they get stunned, and you can deal additional damage to them. So when you use your wind spell that actually hit him, his weakness, and that brought the shields. So if you keep doing that, it's gonna get broken, and that will be your time to actually hit him really hard.
Oh. Oh my
Eventually, it's gonna get
goodness.
explained. It's gonna get explained to you as you play along. But now I'm just telling you now, so to help you out.
Oh, yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know about weaknesses. Didn't know about anything. Also, I'm dying, so we'll see if I can just survive this.
You can. I believe in you.
So I wanted to do the wind. Yeah, the wind one.
The wind one.
So I'm curious how it. What?
I'm not gonna spoil something
Wait.
for you, but
Oh, so the
I'm gonna
number
watch.
goes down. So now it's at 2.
Yeah. Now it's a 2.
Okay.
You can attack.
Oh,
Because
oops. I'm just guarding.
I think
Okay, that wasn't. I didn't.
the monster is weak to blunt, but since you're holding a staff, your staff is actually a blunt weapon, so that can help break this monster.
All right, both of them helps. Okay. Okay, so now and then hopefully it will do you even more damage. I'm sorry. Can you? I don't know. I feel like I should ask you something about like the how do you make the background and scenery for the game? Like, is it just like also
yeah,
a template and you just kind of?
yeah. Those are also stock assets from RPG Maker. It just gives you a lot of things to start with, so it's a nice engine for beginners. If you're starting out in game development, it gives you a lot of resources already to make the game. But I can also make my own backgrounds as I get better in pixel art, or I could hire an artist to make backgrounds as well.
Right. So
Okay, I think
what
you're doing great. You're doing great
yeah,
so far.
what are you working on right now for the game?
I'm working on the characters. So here in the bottom right of the screen, that's Jin. It's one of the characters in the game, and
Right.
what I that's how I plan the characters to look like in the final version. That tall, so it's not the chibi ones where you have big heads and small bodies. It's more of a proportionate kind of body now.
All right. So so
Okay,
the
thank
fire
you.
spirit is giving up and it says, "Please no more. I'm sorry for being rude to you." So it gave up unexpectedly. It's not
It's up
yeah,
to
it's
you
not
if
very
you
common. So
wanna.
I can spare it or keep fighting.
Yeah, some
I'm
people are saying you kill it. Some people are saying spare it.
I'm
Up
gonna
to you.
I'm gonna spare it.
Okay.
It's just who I am. Relax, geez. No need to kill me for being rude. And I can answer. You started it. We're sorry. Get out of here. Get out of here. Just go. Wow, you don't even want to listen to what I have to say. What?
Oh,
Oh no, we're not time for this. Go away so we can gather some flowers. Oh no, it was gonna give me some wisdom. Oh no.
actually, so depending on how you interacted with the fire spirit, it can actually give you a weapon or it can give you something else,
What?
depending on how you interact.
I just
So for
blew
you, it
it.
just told him, you know what? Get out of my sight. I don't need you. So it went away. It didn't give you anything.
What? I was. Oh no. Oh no. No. No.
But I didn't want to tell you, but I felt like I should, just so you know
No.
how
Yeah.
deep the game can
Yeah.
go.
That's really cool.
Every decision matters.
No. No. No.
I don't
That's
want
really great.
to.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny that that happened. I thought since I spared it, it would be grateful anyway. It's like or something.
Yeah. I thought you would be nicer actually, but then you said, you know what? Get out of my sight.
Oh man. Okay. But at least we got the flowers. You know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you have
It's
fun.
something. Okay. That's great. I love that. And so yeah, that was I guess. All right, not bad for someone who's retake. Okay, so we're gonna finish this quest here. What else? Is there anything else you want to tell like people that are listening and that are curious about the game,
Yeah.
like about like something to the fans of the game? Do you have like something for them that you want to tell them, like an update or like?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm working on the pixel art right now. So for you guys who are interested, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can see the progress of the pixel art, the new characters, and I'm also working with some streamers like Basilisk. I'm incorporating some people in the game. Like I'm naming characters, people who help me out, test it, and feature it in their streams, and incorporate them in the game as a way of saying thanks or a homage. And so that's something exciting, something to look forward to. You know. So if you're interested, you can just follow me and look at the updates. And also, I'm going to work on the story and the level designs and the weapons. And just stay tuned for updates. I don't want to spoil too much, but definitely see more updates in the coming days.
Nice, really cool. I think we're gonna like round it off here, the podcast part. We might stick around after and hang out with you guys who are live here on Twitch, and you can ask more questions. But Jin, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, taking your time and talk about the game and spreading positivity together with me. It's been a real blast to have you on, and I'm really excited about the journey that you are on.
Thank you so much, and it's been a great honor. Thank you for this opportunity. I can't wait to look at their Discord and the rest of the stream in the coming days. I'm really excited to do that homework thing going on.
The happy homework. Yeah.
Happy homework, exactly. And I would love to meet more of you, make more friends. I can tell you have a lot of great people here. You're doing a lot of good work here, Barry. I'm just saying you're inspiring a lot of people. It's a very wholesome stream. One of my favorites now in Twitch. And I just wish you all the success, and I hope you can do this further, and I hope you don't give up in this journey as well. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay, we're gonna say goodbye, but then we're gonna stick around. So let's end the podcast by saying goodbye. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you around.